Shalom, shalom, sisters. First and foremost, I want to give all honor and glory and praises to the Most High God of Israel. Call holy YAHAWASHI. We're really like having a blessed Sabbath in the spirit. I just want to come on here really quick and share. I know a lot of us are in the book of Job really quick, and I just wanted to kind of tell you a little bit of what I learned from it. And the title is "It's always one thing after another." Sometimes when it's true, it just feels like, dang, like sometimes we can't catch a break. One thing happens, another thing happens, and another thing. It's like, dang, all praise the Most High for it, but sometimes it's heavy. And that's what I feel like the epitome of the book of Job is. So, in the book of Job, it's essentially, you know what I'm saying, like the saying, when it rains, it pours. That's basically what happened to Job. And I thought it was interesting. I'm going to share my screen. I thought it was interesting because every time you read, you always catch something new. So this time when I read the book of Job, I caught it when the messengers kept coming to Job, kept coming to Job, kept coming to Job. Like as they were speaking, as Job is getting one set of news, here comes another messenger saying, boom, now this happened. Boom, now this happened. And I'm gonna read it for y'all. I'm not gonna read the whole thing, but just we start at so I can try to remember my notes. I'm gonna start at 13. Let me make sure my screen is showing. Okay, fine. So, verse 13. And there was a day when his sons and his daughters were eating and drinking wine in their eldest brother's house. And there came a messenger unto Job and said, the oxen were plowing and the asses feeding beside them, and the Sabians fell upon them and took them away. Yeah, they have slain the servants with the edge of the sword, and I am only escaped alone to tell thee. So, boom, first piece of bad news. Job's oxen and his asses gone. The Sabians and took them. They done, slain with the edge of the sword. And when you read up, Job had a great substance. He had it going on. Like, verse 3, his substance also was 7,000 sheep and 3,000 camels and 500 yoke of oxen and 500 she asses and a very great household. So that this man was the greatest of all the men in the east. The greatest. Uh-oh. But let me go back. I don't know why he did that. But so boom, that's the first piece of bad news. Boom. His cattle, his substance, gone. But verse 16, while he was yet speaking, there came also another and said, the fire of God is fallen from heaven and hath burned up the sheep and the servants and consumed them. And I only am escaped alone to tell thee. Boom. So now the sheep gone. First of the oxen and the asses or the donkeys, and then another messenger comes up, boo boo. Now the sheep are burnt up. So then, verse 17, while he was yet speaking, there came also another and said, the Chaldeans made out 3 bands, Salakia, and fell upon the camels and have carried them away. Yeah, and slain the servants with the edge of the sword. And I only am escaped alone to tell thee. I tell him. Bakan, right there, boom, now it's the camels. So it's back to back to back. He's not even getting time to even process, like, okay, well, my asses, my oxen, okay, dang, well, now it's my sheep too. Now they burnt up. And then the Chaldeans with the camel, it's over and over. Verse 18, Verse 18, while he was yet speaking, there came also another and said, thy sons and thy daughters were eating and drinking wine in their eldest brother's house. And behold, there came a great wind from the wilderness and smote the 4 corners of the house, and it fell upon the young men, and they are dead. And I am only escaped alone to tell thee. So this is a lot going on. Like, I just lost all my cattle, my livestock, and then my children died. Like, we know the children are a heritage from the Lord, so this is not a light matter. This is when it rains, it pours. It's pouring right now. It's throwing down. It's throwing down in Job's life at this point. But this is a beautiful, 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 beautiful account, because a lot of the times in this truth, we do come into these seasons of being overwhelmed. Being overwhelmed, and it's just a lot going on. We feel like, dang, I've been in the season forever. I done lost everything. I'm having to start at square one. Somebody might call you with some bad news. It might be health related. It might be physically. You ain't got no money. Bills are late. This, and that. But we have to remember that these things must happen. They must happen. And we can't think it's strange. So I'm going to get a couple recaps on that. So we got to remember that the Most High isn't going to forsake us. He's not going to forsake us. So four messengers came to Job, one after another, one after another, one after another. And he didn't kill Job. When you go to verse 12, it reads, "And the Lord said unto Satan, Behold, all that he hath is in thy power. Only upon himself put not forth thine hand." So Satan went forth from the presence of the Lord. So Satan, he couldn't kill Job. He could touch him, take this from him, take that from him. How much more so us trying to strive for perfection? We got to be okay with knowing, okay, I'm going to be tried. I have to prepare myself for temptation. I'm going to get some stuff taken away from me. So, but the Most High will not forsake you. He will not kill you. He won't take you out of this thing. Most High willing. So, I'm going to get the end of Job. This is verse 20. "Then Job arose and rent his mantle and shaved his head and fell down upon the ground and worshipped." So we got to praise the Most High when we're going through stuff like this. We got to praise the Most High in the midst of our calamity when all hell's breaking loose. But we don't know where to turn. We got to turn to the Most High. We got to turn to the Most High. We got to get down on our knees, fast, pray, cleave unto the Most High, and tell him that we can't do it without him. He knows we can't do it without him, but he wants us to humble ourselves down and be able to rise from these tribulations, to come out pure, perfect, grow through these situations. Verse 21 reads, "And said, Naked came I out of my mother's womb, and naked shall I return thither. The Lord gave, and the Lord hath taken away. Blessed be the name of the Lord." And all this, Job sinned not, nor charged God foolishly. And that's how we got to be. That's how we got to be. And I'm going to get this really quick. Hold on. 1 Peter. You'll have to excuse my crying child in the back. But this is the book of 1 Peter, chapter 4, verse 12. And it reads, "Beloved, think it not strange concerning the fiery trial, which is to try you, as though some strange thing happened unto you. But rejoice, inasmuch as ye are partakers of Christ's sufferings, that when his glory shall be revealed, ye may be glad also with exceeding joy." So that's the spirit we're going to move in. We can't think it's strange that things are happening over and over, right after another. We don't have time to process it. We got to be able to, level up in the spirit. We got to be able to endure and, just take account that this is what's needed. This is what's needed in this truth. This is 1 Samuel chapter 2 and verse 7. "The Lord maketh poor and maketh rich. He bringeth low and lifteth up." So I'm going to read 8 too. "He raiseth up the poor out of the dust and lifteth up the beggar from the dunghill to set them among princes and to make them inherit the throne of glory. For the pillars of the earth are the Lord's, and he hath set the world upon them." So come on. The Most High will eventually take us out of that season when he sees fit, when we can learn something from it and be able to grow and be like, dang, I did have to go through that in order to build up my patience, to build up my faith, to build up these fruits of the spirit. These things are needed. And I'm gonna get, I don't know what happened. The book of Psalms, chapter 31. Let me get verse 23 and 24. It reads, "Oh, love the Lord, all ye his saints, for the Lord preserveth the faithful, and plentifully rewardeth the proud doer. Be of good courage, and he shall strengthen your heart, all ye that hope in the Lord." So we got to have good courage when we go through these things. The Most High is going to strengthen our heart through these trials and tribulations. We just got to hope in the Most High, continue to love the Most High by keeping His commandments, and He will preserve the faithful. The Most High is not a man that He shall lie. So, with that being said, trials and afflictions are necessary for abundance of His truth. I'm going to get chapter 34. I'm going to get my baby in a second. This is Psalms 34:19. Many are the afflictions of the righteous, but the Lord delivereth him out of them all. The Most High will deliver us out of them all. The Most High gave Job 10 times what he had in the beginning. So it's only a season, and it's just to try you. Make sure you're that perfect servant for the day of the Lord. And I'm going to get 2 Corinthians chapter 6 and 4. And it reads, but in all things, approving ourselves as the ministers of God, in much patience, in afflictions, in necessities, in distresses. And it goes on, so on and so forth. But if we consider ourselves to be ministers of God, minister just being a servant, if we say we serve God, we got to have much patience in the afflictions, necessities, distresses, all these things. All these things we have to be approving ourselves to YAHAWASHI. So we got to make sure that we're able to withhold, this flesh, kill off this flesh, kill off this old man, be able to endure all things until the very end. These are the things that are required in this truth. And then my last precept, being Acts 14 and 22, the classic. And it reads, confirming the souls of the disciples and exhorting them to continue in the faith, that we must through much tribulation, must and much, those are the key words right there. We must through much tribulation enter into the kingdom of God. YAHAWASHI. So Lord willing, this was edifying. I love y'all sisters so very much. And Lord willing, y'all have a blessed Sabbath in the spirit. And call YAHAWASHI. Shalom.